spotty shower since about 7 a.m. here in D.C., and the radar indicates it's going to continue, but nothing to stop football from happening at FedEx Field. Today, it's week 4, and we've got what should be a great one here between the Philadelphia Eagles and the Washington Commanders. A couple of 2-1 teams set to square off, and we're underway here in NFL Week 4. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
Ready?
Now a first carry here for Robinson. That's to about the 28. Second down coming up.
Not a huge carry there on first down, but not all of them will be. But still, all in all, a positive play for the offense. It's all about picking up at least a few to set up what you're going to do here on second down.
To throw on second down, Flynn. Eagle pressure, too much this time. Down he goes. That sack courtesy of the effort of Hassan Reddick. They were able to win last week despite him being sacked 4 times. They might need to tighten the reins a little bit, or this one may not end in another victory.
You're right about that. They can't count on just winning the game no matter what happens. They can't let the accumulation of hits and harassment in the pocket get to their quarterback. Got to stop that. Give him clean lanes and throw the football in order to have a better chance to win again this week.
Boy, a nice play there as they wind up converting on 3rd and 15. On 1st and 10, it's Robinson. And he takes this up right near the 45-yard line. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
Now, Brandon, that's the way you want to run the football. There should almost be quote bubbles above the offense right now. Bam, boom, biff. That's how they feel good about moving the football.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
They certainly did a nice job improvising there, extending the play, hoping someone would come open downfield, but they never did.
Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down. Operating from the gun, Flynn. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
They're bringing a lot of pressure here already in the first quarter. Already sacked him once. Now they get in there and knock another one away. You think maybe that Tucker rule being gone makes defenses a lot bolder?
Yes, indeed. That time, lucky that the arm was going forward. Incomplete pass. A special teams mistake there, no doubt. Yards officially on the punt. And it will be Eagles football, 1st and 10. And they'll begin by running the option. And some room to work. 30. 10. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Well, we've certainly seen this before, CD. No one can quite electrify a crowd like Lamar Jackson, and really don't know what else to say other than that was special right there.
I think you pretty much said it all, but I go back to what you said about electrifying a crowd. He's also electrifying us, and we're calling the game. This guy's simply sensational.
And the kick makes it through, but flags come flying in as well. It appears we're going to get a roughing call tacked on. After the roughing penalty on the PAT, they'll kick off from 15 yards further upfield. It's a squib kick that still makes its way down inside the 15. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. They begin the drive with Robinson. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
Vision is so important for the man in the middle because his ability to look through all the clutter that's happening in front of him, diagnose a play, and then go make it and finish it, that's when the great ones know that they have the goods.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Carr. The quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete.
I like the calmness of how he played the ball here. No panic in his eyes as that throw arrived. Tracked it from the moment it left the quarterback's hand, and that's just where he needed to be to knock it away.
So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves him staring up here at a 3rd and 8. Carr going to throw. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
That looks like it's going to be 2 empty possessions now to start this football game. I think they're going to have to sit down and talk about what worked for them last week in their win. Sometimes you over-game plan, overthink things, get back to what works.
Officially, that'll be marked down as just a 28-yard punt. And the Eagles will have it, taking over 1st and 10. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. Early on, you know, Charles, every game could be called a measuring stick game, but I think when it comes within your division like this, it's a measuring stick game with a little extra intrigue.
I would agree with that totally because all division games have a little extra to them. But I like where this game is situated because at this stage of the season, it has that little extra juice, but at the same time, it's not a make or break if this were, let's say, week 15, 16, somewhere in that neighborhood.
And this is caught. It's Brown. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10. Now we're 1st and 10 at the 11. Now Jackson. And that's going to be caught front. Eagles touchdown. Grant Calcaterra, his first touchdown on the year. And the Eagles have taken a 13-0 first quarter lead. Footing always a concern, but the extra point's up and good. And it's now 14-0. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. They've been outplayed early, no question. Down 14-0 already as they come up 1st and 10. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. Now you're down early. How do you get back in the game? Maybe establish the run. I think they're trying to do that.
Now I'm with you on that one, and what I like about the message is that there's no panic from the head coach. He's already told his offensive coordinator, let's run the football, let's get things settled down a little bit and find our way back into this game.
And this is going to be a Commander's first down as he'll get this up to about the 42.
I have to admit, I'm excited by that play call and the end result because this is a team that's down big early in the first quarter, and a lot of teams will just panic, abandon the playbook, and just start firing the ball all over the place. It's way too early for that. Stick to what works for you.
Down double digits, and we talked about their game plan being both running and passing there. You're right. There's pressure comes, and down he goes. The Eagles get there for the sack. They'll wind up losing 8 on the sack there, and it's 2nd down. Well, when you're down a couple of scores like this, CD, you can't afford too many plays that go in the wrong direction like that one.
Yeah, when you take a good look at it broadly, sacks are better than giving up an interception. But where they are on the scoreboard, they've got to get rid of all of that and just create positive plays for themselves in order to have a chance.
That one good for 17 as they're set up better now for 3rd down.
That's a good bounce-back play right there after taking a sack on 1st down. Didn't quite get it to the marker, but now they're in a much better spot for a 3rd and short yardage call. If you're the offensive coordinator, you like looking at that section a heck of a lot better than trying to figure out 3rd and long.
The Eagles call on the extra defensive back here as they prepare for a stop on 3rd down. Shotgun now for Carr. And that will be incomplete. There is no denying they want to get him involved. That's already the 5th time that they've looked his way in this first quarter.
So that tells me defensively that they want to insist on going in that direction. Make sure you've got your best people in the area to try and take that away.
Carr going to go on 4th down. Getting this into the hands of Turner. And they're going to get this down near the 35-yard line.
Well, it all came together on that one, didn't it?
Big-time throw on 4th.
Now that had to feel good, didn't it? Taking that type of a gamble there and making it pay off. What a throw.
And tough as a receiver because no matter how perfect the pass, you know it's 4th down and you got to convert.
A little bit of extra pressure, but he overcame it.
Tackle made there by Bilal Nichols.
Oh, that was a thing of beauty right there. Look at how quick those blockers fired off the line once the ball was snapped. That was an O-line on a mission, all in sync, and the defense is lucky that play only picked up 5 yards.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. Throwing now is Carr. Open man here, the tight end Henry. And he's finally taken down, and it's a big gain there on what will turn out to be the final play of this first quarter. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Robinson. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up 2nd and goal.
This is a critical sequence here for this offense. Things really haven't gone their way so far. This could be their chance to get back into it, but they've got to find a way to punch this ball in.
Jet sweep. Carr bats it forward. And he's maybe going to get this back to the 4, but that's about all. A nice play design there with the touch pass. Looked good at the start, but bottom line, the defense was ready.
And they did a nice job scouting, didn't they? Not just scouting, but now executing once they saw the play for real after having worked on it all week in practice. They drilled on the play, then they...
And that is caught. Touchdown, Washington. DeAndre Hopkins. He has career touchdown number 78, tying in with both Eddie George and Frank Gifford on the all-time list. And the Commanders are back within a score. Extra point right down the middle, and that'll make our score 14-7. This game back within a touchdown now as the kickoff's away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And thus far, the weather has not slowed this offense down one bit. They've looked good so far in the first half.
They certainly have. And think back to our meeting with the head coach. And we asked him because we saw the forecast for this game, didn't we? We said, hey, have you prepared for this? And he talked about the different drills that they've done in adverse conditions, the wet ball drills, things of that nature. He said, I don't think it's going to slow us down much. We tend to handle it pretty well, and he's been right.
This time, Jackson will throw it. It's caught. Block it. That helps the completion percentage, but not much else, and now it's 3rd and 10.
Well, the stats that matter on this play don't help the team very much unless, of course, you're playing defense.
If you're getting points per reception, you got a reception, but no yardage. Great job by the defense, though. They read through that one.
They read through it, gave up no yardage, and people got credit for tackles. Pretty good deal.
23 yards, the final tally.
I don't care how many times we see it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, We see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. First down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
In Washington territory now. Here's 1st and 10, right at the 40. And they will only muster a yard here to the 38.
A 1-yard gain could look like a disaster, but it all depends on how the game is going. Is it a series of 1-yard gains running the ball? If that's the case, you might have to start thinking about throwing it a little bit more. But if it's just the occasional 1-yard run, hey, congratulations to the defense. They won that one. Come back and get them the next time.
Wide open is Watkins. He's got him. And finally, down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. A gain of 32 that time.
Running their plays over and over during the week can often get robotic for an offense, but on game day, they can often flow smoothly, as that one just did.
Jackson now. And they're going to get to him. A sack. Sack back at the 9-yard line. It's Khalil Mack that time, shooting in there to get him to the ground.
On any 1st and goal, the real estate to work with for the offense is really cut down, and the defense knows it. So they often bring heat and pressure, which they did on this play. Got him down for a loss. Not a big one, but any loss of yardage in this position is tough for an offense.
A gain of 8 there on the 8th play of the drive. They're knocking on the door as they come to the line here on 3rd and goal from the 1. This will be caught once again by Brown. Touchdown, Eagles. A.J. Brown, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Eagles go up by 2 touchdowns. Elliott good on the extra point, and it's now 21-7. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And a short kick taken at about the 16. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. And this not an easy situation. You're down early, in the elements, you're on the road. How do you get the mojo back?
Well, one thing is to remember that as an offensive player, you have a much better idea of what you're trying to accomplish and where you're trying to go than the defender. So in this case, because you know it, you can make your cuts with a little more decisiveness, maybe a second fake, some double moves, things of that nature, to go ahead and try and put some pressure on the defense.
To try again after the sack. Carr, he'll find Smith-Schuster. That's complete. And he'll get this one way up just shy of the 45-yard line. A gain there of 21 yards. On 1st down, Carr going deep for Hopkins. And that is incomplete.
There is something to a game plan. We're trying to keep a defense honest. With a guy with that type of speed, you do so. Send him deep. Try and throw some air under it and hope you connect downfield. On that play, they were unsuccessful.
On 2nd and 10, Carr. The ball popped in the air and intercepted. Picked off by Bryce Hall. And the Eagles will have solid field position here as they take over at their 45-yard line.
Okay, partner, no surprise to you. I'm going to look at this from the defensive perspective. In the rain, you have to be more cautious trying to cover passing routes. Why? The offense knows where they're going with the football. The receiver knows the route he's going to run. You have to make sure you keep your footing underneath you.
On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. Got a man, it's caught inside the 10. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Quez Watkins, 55 yards. And the Eagles are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Elliott good with a PAT. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. Fields this way up at the 17. And they've got it up past the 35, so pretty good starting field position. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. As the offense comes out here, Charles, maybe perhaps a bit more of a focus on the run game for this drive after tossing an interception on the previous one?
I think that's a good way to look at it and a good way to think about it, but maybe they get to it in a little bit different way, because after you throw an interception, you want to make sure you keep your quarterback's confidence high. So maybe you give him a couple easy throws that he can complete and then get to the running game and try and get things settled down.
Yeah, and still in the first half here, a long way to go. They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete.
Well, so far in this drive, they've done some good work. They force incompletions on first and second down, bring up 3rd and 10. That brings up the big question. Do they bring pressure or do they play coverage on this down?
Throwing his car on 3rd down. And that is incomplete.
Give them credit for excellent coverage, tight coverage. They're doing a lot of things that we talk about in basketball. They're causing disruptions in the passing game. And as long as that continues, it'll be tough for them to gain any momentum throwing the ball downfield.
And looking for McLaurin, but this is intercepted. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Eagles defense gets a pick six TD. Elliott now to add the extra point. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And a short kick taken at about the 16. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape up past the 30. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. And with the score where it is, even though I think they'd love to get back to the locker room, they may be forced to try and get something out of this drive. And this will leave them a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go before halftime. To throw again on second down. Carr, Eagle pressure, too much this time. Down he goes. Working from the gun, it's Carr. Open man, Smith-Schuster, it's complete. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime.
Now that's the kind of big play you'd like to see. This first half, it hasn't gone their way, and they could use a shot in the arm, something to perk them up a bit. And they get one here in the passing game.
Carr now on first down. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
As a coaching staff, you can call just about whatever you want because you understand you have guys who reliably take away those massive shots downfield. You're not as worried about giving up the big one.
And they line up now for what will likely be the last play of the first half. The final shot here before half for Carr. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. It's Nakobe Dean with a pick, and he will be brought down on what will be the final play of this first half. So we've reached halftime here, and it's our visitors, the Eagles, leading this one. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Welcome back back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. Well, it's hard to imagine the first half going any better for them, CD, and now here as they begin their first series of the second half. I mean, they score here. This one, it's pretty much out of reach.
We honestly might already be at that point, partner, because this team, they were dominant in the first half, continue to be dominant now, and I think they're viewing this as a put-away drive on their way to a lopsided victory.
Jackson hit, and he lost the football. We talk a lot about setting the tone to start the game. Well, you want to start the tone right in the third quarter as well, and nearly lost a football there in their first drive.
And sometimes we overdo it when we talk about halftime adjustments and what teams are going to do. Most of the time, it's just a matter of executing the game plan you brought in. But I'll guarantee you, they didn't draw that play up on the whiteboard at halftime. They're fortunate to retain possession.
2 catches in the first half. Now he's got a third here, and it's good for a first. Play action. Now Jackson. And he will go down outside of the pocket for a sack. Tried to get away, but could not. Khalil Mack able to record his 5th sack of the season.
Okay, I'm not sure you could actually draw up a better pass rush than that one right there. Nowhere to go outside. He had to keep backing up and backing up and backing up. Eventually dropped for a huge loss.
After the sack on first down, Jackson looking left side for Watkins, and he's got him. And they're going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at Washington's 45-yard line. Jackson. And the Washington pressure gets to him, and he will go down. Khalil Mack, who else? He's in there for his 4th sack of the afternoon. Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on second down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete. Defensively, celebration time because they finally forced an incompletion. He was perfect throwing the ball to that point.
Yeah, but from his viewpoint, they didn't force the incompletion. He just missed. That's how hot he is right now, and that's how he wants to continue to throw the ball.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Over the middle, complete. It's Watkins. And they're going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at Washington's 26. The defense shaking their heads, not aggressive enough, and they allow him to convert a 3rd and 18. Jackson on first down. Throwing into traffic there, and that's complete. And they're going to get this down inside the 20. Throwing again on 2nd down. Jackson toward the sideline. He will have the first down. Good catch. He was able to keep the feet in bounds. 8 yards on the pickup there, and it moves the sticks. Again, Jackson. And here he'll get it down to the 7. He'll wind up getting right about 4 there on the scramble, and it's 2nd down. Here's Jackson. And that almost their first INT of the ball game. Had his sights on it, but he couldn't seal the deal. To give you an idea of how accurate he's been throwing the football, we're in the second half. That's just his 2nd incompletion.
Well, if he's that locked in, that means everyone's locked in, because to me it's like throwing a no-hitter in baseball.
And this is caught. Touchdown, Philadelphia. A 7-yard touchdown grab. And the Eagles take the opening kickoff of the 3rd quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. Elliott good on the extra point, and the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And a short kick taken at about the 16. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. Now they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, you had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. Throwing on first down is Carr. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked up. Stearns. The Eagles in good position to start out as they come up 1st and 10. Just shy of midfield at the 48. Here as he's taken down. That's Daron Payne with a sack that time. Now this one from about 2 counties over after the sack. They come up on a 2nd and very long. Another try after the first down sack. Jackson under pressure. They got him again. Multiple defenders get to him there, and that is the 6th time he's been sacked in this ball game. Though certainly in a pickle here. They have a mile to go to try to pick up the first. We'll see what they've drawn up. He's got a man complete. And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped. And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this third quarter. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. They go play action now. Jackson. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Chase Young in there with pressure yet again. That is the 7th time that they have dropped him here this afternoon. Throwing on 2nd and long. Jackson. And this is caught by Watkins. And he will go out right near the 35-yard line. That one good for 17 as they're set up better now for 3rd down. And that last reception puts him over 150 yards now on the game, Charles.
And now it's not just execution. It's not just performance. It's a mental aspect that's going on. Because right now, he's got the defense so much on their heels, got them looking at each other. Who's going to cover this guy, and what type of coverage can we put out there to try and slow him down?
Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect. So on comes the Eagle kicker, Jake Elliott, on 4th down. From the left hash, this will be a 52-yard attempt. The kick by Elliott is good, and that will extend their lead even further. So they hadn't called on him at all until this point, but he comes through here and buries one from long range.
Yeah, that's awfully impressive because usually kickers like to get that first one out of their system in the first quarter, sort of get them into the flow of the game, but to come in this late and knock it down from long distance, give him a lot of credit.
The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. Throwing to start the drive. Flynn. That's complete. Terry McLaurin with it. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 16 yards right off the bat and a 1st down. Back to throw. Flynn. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete.
They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this second half. No points allowed since the break, and you can add another incompletion to the total number that they've forced.
Trying to get it to Robinson, and it's intercepted. But with this advantage, this defense knew that passes were coming, and they stayed in position, Charles, and picked one off here in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, what a way to cap things off, huh? Because I think this is part of the game within the game. They see the scoreboard, they see what they can accomplish, and they went for it.
Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete.
Partner, in the sportsmanship handbook, there's something to be said for calling the dogs off in a blowout. But these defenders, they also know this is the NFL, and it's their job to stop them, whether they're in the game or they're down by a handful of touchdowns.
To throw again on second down, Jackson. And he comes back with one complete. From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. Here's Jackson to throw. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. Well, up big here in the fourth quarter, up really big. That pass and incompletion, I don't think they needed the completion, but Charles, this is an offense right now that they're just having fun. They're clicking on all cylinders.
Yeah, you're right. They didn't need a completion. They certainly don't need any more points. But they're not going to turn them down. They're going to continue to run what they have in their playbook.
And that's going to be caught for an Eagles touchdown. A great play there. With 2 touchdowns on the season, both in this game. And the Eagles look like they're going to get back in the win column as they extend their lead here in this fourth quarter. Elliott good with a PAT. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. Where we stand right now in the fourth quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout that's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. Open man right side is Smith-Schuster, complete. And this is going to wind up working out just fine as he'll have a Washington first down. And an exhale there as they convert on fourth. Looking to throw. Flynn. Oh, he was hit as he threw it there, and that one winds up incomplete.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
Second down and a run by Robinson. And he stopped immediately there. No gain on that one as it brings up a 3rd and 10.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
To throw on 3rd down, Flynn. And the pass to Henry is intercepted. Picked up by Caden Stearns. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Eagles defense gets a pick-6 TD. Elliott on for the extra point. Oh, I was just about to say he hadn't missed an extra point all season, but there it is. His first miss, no good. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick-6, and now the kick is away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. And you can sort of sense their dejection. That last pick six put the icing on the cake, so to speak, in what has been a rough go for them. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. Good work after the catch. Gets him 15 and a first down. Hard to believe his first catch of the game. Defensively, they bottled him up. That's why they're well on their way to victory.
Put your best cover guy on him and then change the coverages behind him throughout the game. Brackets, double, zone, man, you name it. Make sure he gets a lot of angles.
And they'll get him down on the other side of midfield. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. Back to throw. Flynn. Middle of the field, he's got McLaurin. And they're going to get this down near the 35-yard line. Offense for them has been at a premium. You wonder where plays like that have been all game long.
They're thinking the exact same thing themselves, but they're also looking forward now, because now these plays are really for next week, trying to get some momentum going.
Quick throw knocked away and incomplete.
We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop the pressure. We saw another example of it there. And they'll get 8 out of this before being stopped at the 28.
They kept the receiver in the short field, but that let his quarterback get the ball quickly to him before either guy in double coverage could react.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete.
That's coverage you'd expect to see in a tie game late. Not in a lopsided game like this. They are not letting up.
They'll run for it with Robinson. And down inside the 15 he goes. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on fourth. Remember, that was fourth and a full 2 yards. There's a big difference between that and fourth and maybe 6 inches or a yard.
Yeah, you're exactly right, because when it's that 6 inches, you just fall forward and you pick it up, right? You just go quarterback sneak. But having to move bodies, that means you actually have to execute, because they know what you're going to do. How are you going to make the right play call and get everyone into the right spot and win at the line of scrimmage? That's what they did there.
2nd and 5. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
This has obviously been a bad loss, but one of the few things they can still do is try and throw the ball all the way to the end zone and get some points on the board so they're not shut out over the final 2 quarters of this game.
From the gun on 3rd down. Flynn. Henry's got hammering for the goal line. He loses the football. And it's picked up by the Eagles. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. And I don't know that that fumble is going to matter a whole lot. You look at the deficit here in the 4th. It doesn't matter. The coach on the sideline still scratching his head.
Yeah, not only scratching his head, but probably writing a note or two about, we're going to address this come practice next week, because maybe that's the reason we're down this far. Doesn't matter at this point, but being sloppy throughout the game, not going to help them improve.
Oh, Jackson's going to throw it. And it's incomplete. They're still throwing to the very end, but now this game is over. Well, fans usually love to see scoring, and there was no shortage of it today. What a dominant showing from an offense that was truly playing at an elite level in this contest.
Partner, this game was over a long time ago, and you noticed